Hello, I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley, California. We are the Science and Technology Channel. We're not the subject matter experts, we're just the messengers. We report on scholarly articles that hopefully innovations can give you hope or find it interesting.
Yeah.
All right, scientists discovered that even a few hours of exposure to air pollution reduces focus, makes emotions harder to read, and weakens selective attention. These cognitive impairments could impact daily life and productivity, raising concerns about long-term effects. Do you think? I mean, we're soldiers, airmen exposed to the burn pits. There are long-term effects.
You figure people working in the oil fields, any toxic,
or in
area.
the fires.
In the fires, firemen, policemen.
A new study reveals that short-term exposure to particulate matter, air pollution, can reduce a person's ability to focus and interpret emotions, potentially making everyday tasks like grocery shopping more difficult. This was published February 6, 2025 in Nature Communications. Would you like to know more?
Researchers from the universities of Birmingham and Manchester reveal that selective attention and emotion recognition were negatively affected by air pollution, regardless of whether subjects breathed normally or only through their mouths. I guess it's not normal to breathe through your mouth. You're supposed to breathe through your nose, right?
It goes in the same place.
But they found that even brief exposure to high levels of PM can impair concentration, increase distractibility, and affect social behavior. A new study reveals that short-term exposure to particulate matter, air pollution, can reduce a person's ability to focus and interpret emotions, potentially making everyday tasks like grocery shopping more difficult.
I guess that's where the term mouth breather comes from, right?
Okay.
The experts suggest that inflammation caused by pollution may be responsible for these deficits, noting that while selective attention and emotion recognition were affected, working memory was not. This indicates that some brain functions are more resilient to short-term pollution exposure. Co-author Dr. Thomas Faherty from the University of Birmingham commented, quote, "Our study," should I use a British accent for this?
That's up to you.
Our study provides compelling evidence that even short-term exposure to particulate matter can have immediate negative effects on brain functions essential for daily activities, such as doing the weekly supermarket shop, end quote.
Okay, so that's 3 paragraphs, and 3 times there's been a
grocery
mentioning grocery or supermarket. So
it must be important over there.
It's an important deal
in England. Yeah.
Maybe they should just create a list if they can't concentrate on it. So co-author Professor Francis Pope from the University of Birmingham commented, quote, poor air quality undermines intellectual development and worker productivity with the significant societal and economic implications in a high-tech world reliant on cognitive excellence, like being president of the United States, right?
Yeah.
Reduced productivity impacts economic growth, further highlighting the urgent need for stricter air quality regulations and public health measures to combat the harmful effects of pollution on brain health, particularly in high polluted urban areas.
It also affects grocery shopping.
Yes, it does. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Cognitive functioning encompasses a diverse array of mental processes crucial for everyday tasks. Selective attention, for example, helps decision-making and goal-directed behavior, such as prioritizing items on your shopping list in the supermarket. We're the messengers, okay? Just don't shoot us.
Right.
While ignoring other products and resisting impulse buys. Working memory serves as a temporary workspace for holding and manipulating information, vital for tasks requiring simultaneous processing and storage, essential for tasks that require multitasking, such as planning a schedule or juggling multiple conversations.
Okay. Socio-emotional cognition, which involves detecting and interpreting emotions in oneself and others, helps guide socially acceptable behavior. Although these are separate cognitive skills, they work together to enable the successful completion of tasks, both at work and in other aspects of life. Overall, the study highlights the need for further research to understand the pathway through which air pollution affects cognitive functions and to explore the long-term impacts, especially on vulnerable populations like children and older adults. Of course.
Co-author Professor Gordon McFiggins, not making that name up, from the University of Manchester commented, "This study shows the importance of understanding the impacts of air pollution on cognitive function and the need to study the influences of different sources of pollution on brain health in vulnerable older members of society. The study is the first to experimentally manipulate inhalation routines of particulate matter air pollution, providing valuable insights into how different pathways affect cognitive functions. Researchers emphasize the need for further investigation into long-term impacts and potential protective measures." We'll talk to veterans,
Yeah.
So that's been like 14 years ago, Afghanistan.
Right. I think this is the last one. You're going to read this one too.
Oh, okay. Globally, air pollution is the leading environmental risk factor to human health. I mean, in LA, that smog is crazy, right?
Yeah. And
Phoenix,
years ago, it used to be awful. Well, and in Utah County, where I just came from, they have that inversion layer up there off the lake. And it is, in the wintertime, it's terrible. Especially when they have storms and stuff. It just sits there and it's terrible.
The detrimental impacts of poor air quality on cardiovascular and respiratory systems are widely acknowledged, with links to neurodegenerative conditions such as multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, and Parkinson's disease. Particulate matter is the air pollutant most responsible for human health effects, with some 4.2 million deaths. That's staggering.
That's a lot. That's
attributed to this size of particle alone in 2015.
Jeez.
The World Health Organization recommends that 24-hour and annual limits are below 15 microgram M to the minus 3, so that's really, really small, and 5 microgram M to the minus 3, respectively. Okay. I wonder if M is meters. That's like really, really small.
Yeah.
So, veterans have been experiencing this for 2 decades.
Well, again, people that work outside in areas like you just say, Los Angeles County, in the basin anyway, and then we would get it on days. We'd get that stuff blown up here on days when it was an onshore flow, and it used to just come over the mountain. We don't notice that much anymore. I think there's been a big improvement
with electric vehicles, maybe.
Let's not.
It's prevalent down there.
Yeah, fuel, I think maybe, and emissions and stuff, but. It's a lot better than it used to be when I was a kid.
You can't discount the impact of electric vehicles.
All right.
Helping the environment.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Let's go UV or EV. So it's all good.
I don't want to shove it down anybody's throat. It's good for the environment.
My throat's not big enough for an EV, so.
Okay, if you like this segment, and if you didn't like this segment, click subscribe.
Yeah, and leave us comments too.
Yeah, leave us comments. Yeah. All right, thanks a lot, and have a great morning.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.